Hello everyone, my name is Vinit, and in this video, I'll be showcasing 3 different lighting techniques: 3-point, high contrast, and backlight only. Now, a quick refresher on what is 3-point lighting. 3-point lighting uses 3 lights: the key light, which is the main light on the subject, the fill light, which softens the shadows the key leaves, and the backlight, which separates the subject from the background. For this setup, I'm going to be using a key to fill ratio of 2:1. This means my key light should be twice as bright as my fill light, and the difference between those two lights is 1 stop. All my lights are going to be on 5600 Kelvin. Because I'm trying to create the 3-point TV look, I need the lights to be more natural and less harsh. To do that, I'm going to put a diffuser on both my key light and fill light. Now here I'm going to start showing the lights one at a time and then slowly start adding them in. Here we have the key light and the fill light. You could see the exposure value has a 1-stop difference. Then we have the backlight here. I made it a hard light so that way the rim light's a little bit more bold. And then the fill and back. And then of course finally the 3-point. Overall, I would say this is a success as we kept this face naturally lit and created a nice separation of the subject from the background. Now that we're going into high contrast, it's time to make things a little bit more dramatic. We're going to jump from a 1-stop difference to a 3-stop difference from our key light and fill light. Now, alongside repositioning the key light to be more left side dominant, I also want to get rid of the soft light and change it out for a hard light to give a more moody aesthetic. Now here in our high contrast, we first show the fill light at a -2 exposure value. Then we're going to throw in our key light at a +1 exposure value. This would create our 3-stop difference. Now I would say this is a success because we took our symmetrical figure, and by positioning our light far to the left and having a hard light, we allowed it to create this nice hard line separation between our key light and fill light. Now, although the backlight is not great at showing the character's details and potential facial expressions, the backlight does a good job at separating the subject from the background. And not only that, but it also can be used in certain situations to bring out a sense of mood. Whether you want it to give a more halo effect or a mysterious effect, it's up to you. Now, I would say this is a success because I managed to separate my subject from the background by using the backlight. And because I used a hard light instead of a soft light, you could see that light streak a lot more clear and thicker. Not only that, but I also angled it towards the left because I wanted to create this awkward, eerie vibe, this offset tune. Before I end the video, I just want to quickly cover a couple things I may have potentially missed. For the actual recording, I recorded on a Sony a7 III with an f2.8 70 to 180mm lens. I kept the aperture at 2.8 to capture the most amount of light, and because I'm in a controlled lighting environment, I could just keep my ISO at 100 and just have my studio lights just fully control the set. I was recording at 24 frames with a shutter speed of 1/50, and I think that's it. Yeah, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.